Whisper frenzies on you all. Roll initiative.
Yeah, fuck that.
No. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find stuff in this weird, wacky world of ours, and welcome to the exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This evening's scene takes place in the Theatre Royale, the cinema theatre located at the heart of Dublin city centre that has been the newly redecorated and revamped Prince's Elysium since the ascension of Prince Hennessy to the throne of Dublin. Herein, a number of kindred gather in order to talk and discuss important facts of the day. We join them now.
Guys, the keeper is doing his keepy thing. Technically means that we probably trying to keep up with everyone going in and going out.
He'll see a familiar car pull up to the curb, and a familiar face gets out from behind the driver's seat. She's wearing a very nice black lace dress and a very familiar looking necklace. And not sure what the weather would be like, probably raining. She's wearing a very nice overcoat, and she has an umbrella, gloved hands, high heels, etc. The way she normally dresses, I suppose. And she will walk into the Elysium. She will greet Keeper Rothschild with a kiss on each cheek, and she'll smile at him and say, "It's so lovely to see you again. I missed you."
Quicker than anticipated. You're most welcome, obviously.
Thank you very much. How are you?
I've been well, considering. I've been busy, like always.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Has Primogen von Essen arrived yet?
No, she has not. But she has asked me if I could preserve her room.
I see.
Which, of course, I did.
I see. Okay. We'll wait inside for her. Thank you. And she'll actually kiss him on both cheeks again and walk inside the building. She will grab his hands and squeeze before she does walk into the building, however.
You squeeze back very quickly. Clearly, he either feels uncomfortable doing it right there.
She notices, and she'll smile back at him before she walks into the building.
Yeah, Emily is just going to arrive. She's not going to make too much of it. She's just going to nod at the keeper, and he's outside, right?
At the moment, yes.
Yeah, she's just going to nod at him. She seems tense. Well, it's a social thing. In that sense, she always feels tense. And seems tense. She's just going to enter, and she's just going to...
Also, don't forget the scratch on her cheek.
Oh yeah, she has a. It's just it looks like a paper cut or something, or like a very slight just slash on her cheek. It's not that big, but it is there and it is visible.
He will with the keeper, when he notices, he will point it out slightly, and he will say, I do have a bandage somewhere to cover that up if you want.
No, thanks, I'm good.
Did lack for trying. And he just goes back to where he was.
Yeah. Emily just enters and just looks for a drink.
Katya and Ambrose would arrive not long later in Katya's limo, as usual. And she is all business today, wearing her pink suit that she generally reserves for council meetings. Keeper Rothschild is probably fairly well acquainted with this suit. Most others that know her well are not quite so accustomed to seeing her in this.
And Ambroise is wearing the color she often wears out. She's usually mainly black with a little bit of red. Because why not stick the fucking stereotypes of vampires when you're La Sombra?
Welcome, both of you.
Alexander.
Keeper Rothschild.
Miss Van Essen, welcome. You look businessy today, so to speak, for lack of a better word.
Formal?
Well, yes, that's because, well, there is important business that needs to be conducted.
Well, your invité has already arrived and is in the room you requested.
Good, thank you. It's not her normal, like, kind of soft, informal tone she usually takes with those she's close to, the one that the Keeper's probably actually used to by this point. She's much more formal and short. Almost kind of cold.
Businesslike. Well, there's nothing he can do at this point, so he'll just be formal as well, like usual most of the time.
At which point she would make her way inside and head towards the room that she had reserved.
Anyone else wanting to enter?
Hey, Connor, your intro.
Hello there. For the sake of ease, I'm going to say Connor is already there. At Elysium, that is, not the room.
Wonderful.
So,
Doing
you're a
Connor-related
doctor.
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. Whisper is danger close. Her face is like less than half an inch from Connor's. Yeah.
Connor is surprisingly okay with this.
Hmm. She leans back. You don't seem like a doctor.
Don't I?
No.
What are doctors like?
Competent.
I would
Ambroise
like to.
just stops and looks like damn.
She's
I would
not
like
wrong.
to.
Ow. I'm not going to lie, I felt that.
That was the intent.
I would like to activate
At
heightened
least
senses.
you're honest.
You'd like to activate what, sorry?
Heightened senses, and I would like to actually scan the room with my Auspex, see if there's anybody obfuscated.
What level of aspect do you have?
3.
No one that you can see is here.
Okay.
It's a great claim in Elysium that just be built by Nosferatu.
But yeah.
But yes, Katya would approach the room that she has reserved to speak with Charlotte.
She enters the room. Yes.
Of course.
So I imagine that there's probably this isn't probably something where you'd conduct business. So there's I would imagine there's like a table, chairs around the table. You'll notice that she's actually sitting at the head of the table, but not the one closest to the door, the one farthest away from the door. And she's waiting there patiently with her fingers interlocked in front of her, and she's kind of leaning back in the chair, and they're resting on her stomach.
Good evening, Charlotte.
Good evening, Primitive
Katya would
One.
actually approach her, offer a hand to shake.
She'll when Katya enters the room, she'll stand, and when she greets her, and when Katya approaches her, she'll take her hand and shake it. She's not wearing her gloves any longer, and it does look like she has a rather fresh manicure.
Oh, Katya's nails are always perfectly manicured. Always.
Yeah. Her nails are red to match her hair. And she'll shake Katya's hand.
At that point, Katya would actually pull a chair away from the table and move it into one of the corners of the room so that she can sit with her back to the corner.
I see. Are you quite all right?
She would
I legitimately
notice that.
thought you were pulling out I legitimately thought you were pulling out a chair for the Nosferatu that you knew was obfuscated in the room.
No, she only has 3 levels of aspects as well, my dear.
I know, but I'm pointing out that I would admit it would have been hilarious if you made the assumption there's one in the room. They might as well be comfortable.
I mean, I always assume that there's one in
Yeah.
the room.
Exactly. Always make that assumption, always.
I always make that assumption, even in Elysium.
Especially in Elysium.
Well,
Especially in Elysium.
I have been a little tense since my run-in with an old friend of Francis's, so forgive me if I'm a little paranoid.
I understand. There seems to be paranoia on all fronts at this point in time.
Just for reference, Emily is probably outside. She's somewhat seems preoccupied about whatever they're talking about in there. Not that she can hear it.
So, sorry guys. At least he's in a good mood.
So, what was it you wished to speak with me about?
There has been, well, since the raid on Waterford, certain, well, I may as well be honest, very powerful members of my clan have made it quite clear that they don't want you to continue to live.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we're being literal, I'm not alive.
Yes, well, I do believe, I think you know what I
pay
mean.
any amount of money for you to say that to Lady Merlinda. Any amount of money, I will pay it. Say that to her face.
Yep, say it to her fucking face. I dare you.
I mean, her courage is not that high, so probably not.
I don't know. Actually, is Amboise. Would Kasha allowed Amboise to come in, or would she be outside?
Yes, she would have had him come in with her.
Yeah. When she says that, she'll quirk an eyebrow. I definitely satisfied them.
I'm sorry, it's hard to hear you over the baby.
Hang on, I will mute.
No, you're fine.
So yeah, Amboise raised an eyebrow and goes, I very much doubt they will accept that answer.
So, Clan Tremere wants me to meet the final death. Yes? Am I mistaken?
Yes, you are correct in that assumption.
Yeah.
I believe Lady Merlinda's words were, "I want her head on a plate."
Charlotte kind of just blinks at that. Like, it's not the first time she's heard someone tell her that. Well. Thankfully, you're coming to me with this. Why are you coming to me with this instead of fulfilling the wishes of your clan?
Instead of simply following orders like a good soldier, because I'm not. Unlike most of Clan Tremere, I maintain some of my humanity, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Appreciate the warning, and I don't take that for granted, and I don't want you to think that I take that for granted, but why? Because of the seal breaking?
I believe her words were something along the lines of children meddling in things they don't understand. So, yes, I'm to assume it's about the final broken seal.
Yes, well, you see, nobody told me not to. Nobody told me anything. And perhaps if they were to have told me something, and she's
I'm gonna stop you there. Yes, they did.
Yeah, Katya straight up fucking said that any kind of hubris in your actions would break the seal.
It was in that scene at the very beginning.
okay, well, alright, fair enough. Okay.
No one warned you. Are you joking? I said right in front of Mithras that any kind of hubris in your actions would break the seal.
And we're gonna calm down. Thank you.
And that was Katya, not me.
Oh. Sorry.
Well, I must have missed that. I was busy fearing for my life at that point in time to help save Dublin, to help retrieve Waterford back from the Sabbat. I apologize for the oversight on my part. And she does look like she's not happy right now.
Katya takes a deep breath. She doesn't need to, but she does anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I lost my head a little bit there.
You're fine. I understand. I don't hold it against you.
You must understand that me coming to you and telling you this, I risk my own on life.
So you're coming to me in good faith with this. Essentially.
Essentially. If any member of my clan were to find out that I were here telling you this, I would be done for.
And why are you?
Lady Merlinda will not hesitate to kill me. Like I said, I like to think that I've retained some of humanity. And well, I'm willing to do things for the people that I care about. And, well, I care about Francis, and he cares about you. So,
Did he tell you that?
no, I can simply tell in his actions.
We share blood. I know. I spoke with him last night, and I felt we very much had a heart-to-heart with one another about how things are in the current situation.
Oh, you see, Evan, have you decided, because you said earlier that you might decide that we just made it out of the woods. Has that happened yet or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's happened because realistically, gathering you all back together will be nightmarish.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you are lucky enough to get along with your blood.
At that, Kati would just take Ambrose's hand and squeeze it gently.
Charlotte, actually, like, you'll notice that she keeps looking at the door. And she looks a little disappointed when it doesn't open.
Expecting someone.
No, not necessarily. But she takes a deep breath that she doesn't need to take to kind of relax, to calm herself. Well, this is a pickle.
Yes, indeed. I plan to speak to Francis sometime this evening about, well, this whole situation.
I appreciate you coming and telling me about this. I really do. But the crux of the problem is, how do I not lose my head? How does...
I couldn't tell you, my dear. Well,
Because having powerful friends doesn't necessarily ensure that. And she actually rubs her eyes and her temples in a circular motion.
That depends just how powerful your friends are and where they are.
My sire sits on the Primogen Council of New Orleans. So, but I don't believe that would honestly make much of a difference.
not likely. Especially not to, well, Lady Merlinda.
Do you think there would be any way of appeasing her that results in me still being able to walk around freely?
I think she made pretty clear that she wants you dead.
Did she say these words
Permanently.
did she say these words in anger, or was she calm when she said them?
Oh, she was in a rage. She threw both myself and Aurelian Ratcliffe against a wall.
Yes, well, you see, sometimes individuals, you'll notice she doesn't say the word people. Sometimes individuals say things that they don't necessarily mean when they're upset. But having never met this Lady Merlinda before, I can't say yes or no as to whether or not she meant what she said to you.
Given that the same woman gave me 12 staked kindred in order to win an item at the auction, I would not doubt that she was being entirely serious.
Huh. Well, see. Was there anything else? Yeah.
As far as I know, that's it.
I will just make a note for Charlotte. You have a boon, a major boon, one of the scariest kindred who has ever walked the earth at this point. As long as you possess that boon, Merlinda cannot simply snuff out your life, because to do so would anger Mithras, and the Tremere really don't want to do that again.
So that's
No, they really don't.
That's essentially.
Yeah,
my
right now
only-
the boon are saving grace.
Yeah, that boon is definitely Charlotte's shield at the moment.
Put it this way, a minor boon from Mithras saved
Yeah.
Katya's life.
Yeah, I know. Francis told me. Yeah. I see. Okay. Well.
That boon you have from Prince Mithras, I would hold on to that tightly.
Yes, that's perhaps my only saving grace at the moment.
It's quite possibly the only thing keeping you alive.
Yes, I don't think that I will ever spend that boon. Such the games we play.
Indeed.
She'll chuckle a little bit and. And you'll actually see that she breaks out in laughter, like she's very amused by this.
At which point Katya just kind of quirks an eyebrow.
Oh yes. Oh my god. Well, okay.
WTF, mate.
It sounded like music from like a video game or something. Shit. Does Katya speak French?
Nope.
Almost does.
Fuck. Okay, well, Ambroise will notice that Charlotte breaks out into a string of curse words in French, like son of a bitch, motherfucker, holy shit.
J'allais des putains de merde.
Exactly, stuff like that. Sorry, my boyfriend's making comments from the other room that are funny.
Death to Spain! Death to shit Spain!
My storyteller said death to shit Spain. He said, yeah, I can't argue there. But yeah, Amboz will definitely notice that Charlotte is cursing in French quite a lot.
So she's like breaking her laughter, but actually cursing.
She's breaking out in laughter, and then she's like laughing and like, hi, there's a new person here. Yeah, she's laughing out loud and is cursing quite prolifically in French, so as to perhaps
Going
not
to
offend
play me.
anybody. What?
He's going to like, unless I can tell, is it like cursing in laughter because it's so funny, or cursing like she's cursing to like the cursing is what she actually is going through because she's angry, but she's laughing to hide it.
Kind of a combination of both. Like she's amused by the fact that the boon from Mithras is the only thing keeping her standing, and the fact that she's in deep shit at the same time. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Katya would actually kind of look over at Ambrose.
Oh, she's quite foul-mouthed. Don't smile.
She'll look at Katya after Ambroise says that, and she'll just say, "I don't wish to offend you."
Oh, darling. It would take a lot more than a few curse words to offend me.
I see. I need a drink. And she'll stand up and say, "Excuse me," and she's gonna go find the bar.
On her way to the bar, she will notice the keeper, though.
By the way, I'm just going to do this. So, hey, Diamond, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
You find yourself, or rather going to the Prince's Elysium, which is a place called the Theatre Royale. It was built during the classic age of cinema, so kind of the 1940s and the 1950s in the centre of Dublin City. It has one of those very kind of Baroque style, old-timey cinema interiors. It's not actively used at the moment except for private screenings, and it is where the Prince calls his home. So as you enter, you will see a number of individuals. There are a number of couches, and they appear to be relaxing and or having conversations. I like to think that Whisper and Connor are currently having a slap fight, that Whisper is winning.
This makes me giggle.
Probably.
So yeah, at this point, basically, Pinkerton will have a seat over off into the distance a little bit, and just he's a huge guy, ugly too, so he'll just sit back and with his suit, kind of tip his hat at people who probably either go past him or whatnot, but he's just sitting there just observing for now.
Well,
Wow. When the world is dark and the world is in light, and I thought I was ugly.
And he'll stop and usually this is the part when the insecure ugly guy feel my insecure rage, but he's just he'll start laughing and he'll be like, well, somebody's gotta put a Nosferatu to shame or two.
I like this person. They may continue to exist.
Thank you.
Who are you?
Just moved over here from the States just 3 weeks ago. My name's Pinkerton. She just looks at Rothschild. Interesting. So, why is it that you've come all the way from the States over here? Well, I was looking for a change of scenery, just looking for, look for a different pace of things and whatnot. Heard that Dublin has a beautiful countryside and whatnot. Maybe it's time for me to become a good old country boy every now and then when I'm not in the city.
I like them. They can exist.
Why, thank you again.
Have you spoken to Prince Hennessy about being accepted in the domain yet?
This is why I was getting myself, moving around, because I want to make sure that the Prince know that there's, somebody new in town. So I'll make sure I talk to him. Is he here tonight?
She does that thing where where you when you sit on a couch and you can't, but rather you do it backwards, so your legs are in the air and your head kind of tilts over the side.
Mm-hmm.
She does that on the couch as she reaches into her pocket and she pulls out a notebook, and you can see her looking down the notebook, until she springboards back off it and lands on her feet. And she says, "Yes, he is here this evening. So I can tell him that there's a new applicant wishing to be introduced if you'd like."
Of course, that would be quite lovely, and thank you.
I don't mind. On the side, go, "Hi, my name is Christopher."
Nice to meet you. And he'll hold out his huge hands, ugly hands, and just shake.
Shake it, shake.
For the record, when you grip it, you have potence. Her grip is much stronger than yours.
And he'll look at him like, been working out, I see.
It's not my personal forte, but then again, it helps when you have to throw stupid bitches across a room.
That's understandable. I hope I won't be one of them stupid bitches.
Don't do something
That
stupid.
was a beautiful display.
That's understandable. And he'll smile.
Okay. I'm gonna go and see if Hennessy will see you. All right. Connor, at some point we will finish our game of Monopoly.
That sounds glorious.
I still own Kensington Place, she says, with her eyes narrowed.
But I have Mayfair.
Hmm?
But I have Mayfair.
Damn it. With that, she will leave into one of the auditorium rooms. So you guys may feel free to filter back into the main lobby.
Emily's just looking at the people coming out of the room.
Yeah, Katya would go grab a drink as well, and then go sit next to Emily.
So, any news on what we're going to do about G points upward? End of the world and stuff?
Oh, you mean the fact that the world is ending?
Yeah, we're going to...
Well,
like,
there is a trip planned. I am paying for several of us to go to Aishar's hometown and see
And we
what
can't fetch you
information
enough,
we
my
can
dear.
gather. Yes, you're one of those people I'm paying for.
well, how is that?
As she
How's that
narrows
gonna
her
help?
eyes at Connor.
How's that going to
Then
help?
you shouldn't have offered. It's simple as that.
Shut up. Like, can we just get to the... Okay, you're going there to get what, clues? He left a note, like, this is my evil plan, this is how you end it. Like, what?
No, Emily, my dear. By going to his hometown, we may well find his true name.
Oh.
You have...
There is something I should probably point out. I've been doing some research, and if you can pretend to be anyone that isn't you, that would be great.
Oh, I'm well aware of the, population in Romania. So,
Oh, yes.
no need to warn me. I'm already well aware. Yes,
Romania?
I'm quite adept at pretending to be someone else.
That's
And yes, dear, Romania.
just perfect.
Don't want to go there.
I heard some stuff about Eastern Europe. No thanks. Well, I mean, if you're all going and you need me to go, then fine, but...
You would be saving the world.
I know, that's why I'm saying it's okay, but it's just heard some stuff.
Connor, dear, it's going to be you, myself, Ryan, and I've been told there's another person attending. Who is this other person?
I have no idea. This
Oh,
is Ryan's
heavens.
trip, not mine.
You're no help.
I'm only here because I speak the language.
I suppose that would be helpful. My German won't be of any use.
The auditorium door will open and Whisper will appear again with this gentleman.
At which point, Katja stands up and Bows.
Bowing, bowing.
Yeah,
All the curtsies.
Oh, we're doing this now?
I mean, she would curtsy, but she's not wearing a skirt today. So
Charlotte's pretty much always wearing skirts, so she curtsies.
Please sit down. I'm not necessarily one for pomp and ceremony. For the
Of
record,
course,
for
Prince Hennessy.
Solomon, the man who's standing before you is really small. He's only about 5'3". So you are a giant compared to this man. Like there's maybe a 2.5 foot height difference.
I wasn't about to say no. I was just about to say, is that the prince?
They're bowing to him.
Oh, okay. He will do the same.
Oh.
I'm just going to say Connor is the only one who's not bowing and seems very confused why everyone else is bowing.
Whisper very casually walks up and with potent 6 slaps you on the back of the head.
Ow!
Ow, I heard that from across the room.
are you quite all right, Connor?
Rothschild shakes his head like, is he really that thick?
And that is... was just leans to him, and that is why we bow.
Someone pick up my nose. I think it's somewhere off in one of the boxes.
Hennessy walks forward. Once again, he's very slight, but he's very graceful in his steps. And he looks up at Pinkerton, because obviously he has to look nearly vertically to look at him. But he extends his hand and he says, "Hello, my name is Hennessy. Vincent Hennessy. I'm the Prince of Dublin, Clan Nosferatu."
Hello, Prince. And he will, he'll bow. Then bow again. He'll shake his hand. I'm Pinkerton. I'm from across the states, and I come over to settle down. I'm from Clan Bruja, and I'm independent.
When you say you're independent, it causes him to stop, and the head kind of quirks to the side. So you are not a member of the Ivory Tower?
No, sir, I am not. But I do not, as they say, I am not the troublemakers. Nor do I wish to be.
Very good. Well, provided you keep our traditions, you are welcome within my domain. If you breach our traditions, you will suffer the same fate as any other.
Most understandable, sir.
Good. In that case, be welcome in my domain.
Thank you.
I will have Mr. Delano record your arrival in the Harpy's Ledger.
Of course. Thank you.
He will nod before he turns around again. He says, Whisper, yes, Mr. Hennessy. We really need to arrange something that... We need to arrange office hours. Yes. That would mean you need to get an office. Get me an office. Whatever you say, sir. With that, the two Nosferatu proceed to Nosferatu their way out of the room.
Now you're just making up verbs, Evan.
Because I can.
I imagine Nosferatu your way out of the room would be very scamper scurry. Except Abdul, he's not one for scurrying, I don't think.
Abdul is secretly judging you, Abdul.
If Abdul is here, is Sketcher here?
I love you, Abdul.
Abdul maybe... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, Abdul is not actually here, I was just saying Abdul.
Yeah, I was going to say, Abdul may be a Nosferatu, but he brews out a lot of rooms.
Excuse me.
Pinkerton, you will see a woman will just come up to you. She's not as tall as you, but she's definitely worked out in, well, being here, she's obviously a kindred, so she's worked out in her mortal life. That's pretty certain. She has a slight cut or a scar just across the chin, and she will just go, "Hey, so what state you from?" She definitely has an American accent.
Oh, me? From New York.
Oh, okay. She puts out a hand.
I just want to say one thing. Why the fuck is Phobos here?
I guess we'll get explanation really soon. She just extends a hand to him and just says, "Yeah, California. What persuaded you to come here? Like just business or what?"
Just get out the countryside. Go to a different city. Solve some cases. Do some good old detective work alongside fellow kindreds of society. Interesting stuff.
Okay.
At that, because I have not turned heightened senses off yet, you'll actually notice a rather well-dressed woman standing at the bar. She's doesn't have her face turned towards you, but she holds up a glass in her left hand that's filled with rather thick liquid, and she'll say, "Louisiana."
A lot of people from the States over here. I like. It's interesting.
She'll turn around, and you'll actually notice that when she speaks, she has a really heavy English accent. And she'll say, I wasn't born there, but I've spent many years in New Orleans.
Solved the case down there once. Let's just say, when angry gangrels, in the swamps, causing some trouble,
That's not the only things that are in the bayous out there.
And your crocodile gangrel from the bayou once. Oh, and our local, not local, but one of our necromancers is also from Louisiana, I believe.
And at this moment, guys, the door entering into the building will open, and you will see this gentleman who is dressed in a long black robe with the mask affixed over his face enter. He is accompanied by this woman who is walking beside him.
They will be met with the keeper. Because I haven't seen those faces before.
Who might you be?
Good evening, welcome. May I inquire who's visiting this establishment at this hour?
My name is Baron Phobos, representative and leader of the Anarch Free State of Dublin.
Be welcome in our Elysium. My name is Alexander Rothschild.
I'm curious about something. Hey, Pete, do you remember her name?
Sacha or something?
Amelia.
Okay, I'm totally wrong. Yeah, okay.
Thank you. We are more than happy to keep the rules of fair play. He will extend the hand for Rothschild.
And Rothschild will take it. And even give a nod of respect.
He walks in. He does have a cane in his hand. That's not anything of interest. But he will look around the room. For the record, those of you who have any kind of level small specs, his eyes are really interesting because you become immediately aware the eyes that he's showing you are tiny television images.
That's very interesting.
They don't blink. Do you see the two slits on his mask above the eyes?
Yes.
They have camera feeds, tiny cameras.
He's using a spoof.
He basically is using it. Basically, the cameras feed into tiny monitors that are located just inside his mask. So
Right.
he can essentially see, but he can't be dominated because he's not he doesn't look you eye to eye.
Nope. Only touch will dominate him, theoretically.
That's clever.
That is a way to go around it.
Baron, for anyone who wants to roll, can roll their intelligence kindred lore on Baron Phobos if they'd like.
I'ma do that.
It's difficulty 6 and require a threshold of 3 successes.
Okay.
I hope I'm gonna try it. No, I'm not.
What is it? Kindred? What? Intelligence kindred?
Intelligence kindred lore.
Intelligence kindred or vampire lore, whichever's down on your sheet.
Nope, just one success.
I sometimes write kindred, I sometimes write vampire.
No, it's fine. It's 7. How many successes do you want?
3.
Ah, so close.
So many ones. Fuck my life. That's
Katya got it.
7 dice to roll and still got shit.
That's 4 successes.
Alright, so Baron Phobos is infamous in the Anarch Free State and indeed Vampire Society. He is on the cutting edge of technology, and he believes that the metaphysical powers of vampires can be dwarfed by the technology of man. So his big thing is he uses a lot of technological gadgets and devices to accomplish a lot of things. Thinking that basically magic is disciplines and magic are outdated. Technology is more effective.
Okay. Interesting.
He also crashed the entirety of the Irish banking service for about 3 weeks.
I just realised he can't see Ambrose at all.
I mean, that depends on things, but yeah, there are versions where they where La Sombra don't appear on cameras.
No, that you
Yeah.
do appear on cameras. Because if you didn't appear on cameras, that
It wouldn't be a flaw.
merit.
It would be a merit.
Yeah.
And that would be stupid.
So yes, you do appear on cameras. You don't appear on mirrors.
Yeah, the whole not appearing in mirrors thing spawns from the fact that mirrors used to be backed in silver.
Yep. Exactly. That is exactly correct.
So there we go. Also, mirrors have their own metaphysical purposes. Like there are people who believe that when you saw a mirror image, you were seeing someone's soul, etc. And it was very much linked to that. But no, he walks into the middle room and he will incline his head to Charlotte.
And she'll hold up her glass to him.
I am sorry if I've interrupted something. Please,
Not at
do
all.
go.
And she'll actually throw back the rest of her drink and walk over to him.
As you step up to him, this woman kind of takes a very defensive posture next to him, but he raises a single gloved hand. Miss Monroe, a pleasure to meet you properly.
Pleasure to meet you too, Baron Phobos. I appreciate you lending your support to us during the onslaught at Waterford the other evening.
It was the least I could do.
How can I help you this evening?
You cannot help me. I'm here in order to speak with other individuals. I'm merely deciding to enjoy your company for a few moments before I must deal with the drudgeries of state.
Ah, I understand that. I do appreciate you taking the time to say hello to me. It's always a pleasure to talk or speak with another of my clan.
You knew I was a Toreador?
Yes.
Oh, if you got the 4 successes, you'd also know he's a Toreador.
Yes, Katya knows that.
Yeah, Primogen von Essen apprised me of which clan you belong to.
Well, I'm delighted to have been of service,
Hmm.
Madame Momo.
And who is this young woman? I don't believe I saw her at Waterford. But then again,
I was seeing to other matters. She says, "My name's Amelia Clan Gangrel."
she'll extend a hand.
She just leaves it hanging. She doesn't shake her hand.
I see. Well, a pleasure to meet you nonetheless.
I must apologize. We are
For
more
what?
of a oddity here, I suppose.
It was rather unexpected, yes. But but enjoyable all the same, I should say.
I would hate to be conventional. However, unfortunately, my meeting with the prince must take place. So, I will wish you good afternoon, Miss Monroe.
Well, good evening, Baron Phobos, and I hope your meeting proves fruitful.
With that, he will lean on his cane and he will leave unless anyone wishes to talk to him.
I'd like to read his aura.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn a willpower. Somebody roll me 3 dice, difficulty 5, please.
We'll roll it.
Thank you.
3.
3.
His predominant emotion is calm.
Well,
Okay.
it's only one success. It's a 1, a 5, and a 9. So.
Yeah, actually, that's the one success from the willpower. You can tell he's a vampire.
Oh,
No, it's a 1, a 5, and a 9, so that'd be 2 successes.
yeah, 2.
That one cancels out that 9.
Yes, but it's difficulty 5.
And a willpower. So 2.
Oh, and a willpower. Okay.
And a willpower.
So he's pretty calm.
He's pretty calm. Okay. Charlotte's gonna walk back over to the bar and pour herself another drink.
I'll probably just nod at him. But actually, no, he won't do anything. But yeah, we'll say, look at Katja and look at the newcomer and say, shall we say hello?
Really? Well, I suppose perhaps. You do know that's Baron Phobos, right?
No, he's looking at the new guy, the PC.
He will. If you're talking to Pinkerton, he'll be busy writing down some notes as he drinks his drink, and he'll look at you like, "Oh."
He's still looking like talking about him. But I'm not sure if they're close enough to listen yet. But yeah, he's just going like, should we say hello to him?
Say hello.
Yes,
to
I suppose so.
To you. There you go. Now they'll approach.
I would like to make a note that if Alexander does look at Charlotte, he can see that she is visibly upset about something.
Oh yeah, then he will approach.
So, yeah. Amboise and Katja approach Pinkerton. Good evening.
She is about as tall as Hennessy when she's wearing her heels, so she is also quite tiny.
Yeah, Amboise is quite. He's well, I'm sure your guy is bigger,
Good
but
evening.
Amboise is like 5'9".
Pinkerton will be writing in his notes, leaning up against the bar, take a sip of his drink. Then he'll stop and like, "Oh, hello. Yes, name's Pinkerton. Nice to meet you, lovely people."
Katya would extend a hand. Primogen Katya von Essen, Clan Tremere.
And he will basically shake hers, and he'll do a little tip of his hat.
And Amboise also extends a hand.
And he'll basically shake his.
And you see the strength is he's not like going to hurt you, but there's like strength there that is more than human.
He'll smile, just and then he'll basically put a finger in his notebook where he got left off at, and basically lean up against the bar and drink a little bit. Thank you for introducing yourself to me. I really appreciate it.
Well,
It's only friendly. It might be of note that Katya's actually drinking a glass of wine.
perhaps I should say my name. I am Ambroise Louveau of Clan La Sombra.
And he'll basically, his ass will basically get big, like, oh, wow,
I think I'll never get bored to see the look on people's faces when I say my clan. And a small at Katya.
Indeed, it's always a entertaining factor when you mention your clan around, well, anybody.
But yes, I am what, well, I would call a true member. What many of us, the ones in our sect, would call a true member of our clan. What the others in the Sabbat would call anti-tribute.
oh, interesting. And he'll write something, he'll jot something down real fast, and he'll be like, that's interesting. Glad for your reformation into the better of the kindred society.
Thank you.
If that conversation is done so far, Alexander would walk over to Charlotte and actually whisper very softly if she's okay.
She'll just look at him and shake her head.
You look like you've got either some grave news or some bad illness. What's wrong?
The inner council of Clan Tremere wants me dead.
Okay.
My only saving grace at the moment is the fact of the major boon that Prince Mithras granted to me when I took the voivode's head.
Then you are luckier than most that you have something like that. You should be celebrating. Not be sad.
I'm not sad, I'm just scared. Because I don't necessarily know that that's going to keep them from killing me.
I think it would be wise to grow a couple of eyes in the back of your head.
Yeah.
But so far, you're saying that Katya went to you and just simply told you you're on a hit list by the council?
Yes. She told me it in good faith.
That is some friendship you got there.
I don't necessarily know that it was for my sake as for somebody else's.
It must be for you. I mean,
Francis,
who else gains by this?
Excuse me, Seneschal Beaumont seems to have grown rather fond of me. And I know the two of them are fond of each other, and so I believe it was for his sake that she told me this. She is wearing the necklace that Alexander did send to her, by the way.
He seems to be totally preoccupied with something else at now. Although he has seen it when you entered, he's now frowning and he's like, I thought Katya and Ambroise were a thing.
I believe that perhaps it's Among the three of them, I suppose, but I believe it's not that way between Ambrose and Seneschal Beaumont. I do believe it's simply they are sharing her. I say sharing. They both have a relationship with Primogen von Essen.
I was only aware of one, but that is very modern, I suppose.
Perhaps I could be mistaken. I simply don't wish to pry into another's business like
No,
that. You
well, that's
will
odd.
note. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's odd. I don't think that would ever be something that I could do. I think.
You'll actually notice that you being around her has calmed her down a little bit. And she'll relax while he's talking to her.
Well, only slightly aware of this this effect he has on her at this particular moment.
Mm-hmm.
He leans into her and it's like, so what's your next plan? Are you going to go in hiding, or are you going to try and find a way to get off that hit list, so to speak?
Well, I believe it would do well for me to find a way to get myself off of that hit list.
Do you know why you're on it?
Yes, I do.
So why are you on it, if I may ask?
It's because I am quoting Katya in this. It's because I meddled in things that I did not understand.
Oh, that's odd. Rothschild is I wouldn't say flabbergasted, but he doesn't really know what that means. I mean, to him, he's unaware of what happened.
Emily will actually, she's not that far off. She'll just come over.
Miss Stevenson.
You do know why, right? Like, pretty much caused the end of the world, potentially.
Her by herself caused the end of the world.
She did. Yes, she did, pretty much.
How would you say that she was the cause? I can't follow.
She broke the last seal. Apparently she did.
So her and all the other seal breakers now caused the end of the world. That is correct.
No, she did. But Emily just points at her, just says it. No, she did.
Because it was the last seal.
Oh, right. Yeah. So that means all 6 others already fucked shit up, and you fucked up the last thing, so to speak.
Well, I think Aisha has broken most of them by himself.
I'm not aware.
I must say,
one of
it's
them
very...
No, he cannot break them on his own.
Ah, okay.
One of them was broken by someone who's now dead.
I have to say it's very impressive. You go and kill one of the enemies of our sect, and now half of the sect hates you. Weird that.
It looks like more people are interfering in something that I thought was a little bit more private, but that's okay. Rothschild will actually look at her, and then he will just like, so were you aware that you were having this effect? It doesn't seem like you.
I do believe that Primogen von Essen mentioned it, but I was preoccupied with fearing for my life at that point in time, so I suppose I missed that speech.
So because you missed information that was valuable, you caused the end of the...
Anthony, you can come on in. Sorry, continue.
Yes.
That is quite harsh.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
What did I just...
It's a Mistina.
At this point, when the big guy sees Mystique, he just go like kind of cough on his drink a little bit, like, oh.
To answer your question, Anthony, what did you walk in on? You know how everyone had a bunch of feelings about how a very specific mission to a very specific town ended in a very specific death?
Right.
People are voicing their feels.
Gotcha.
I mean, they could voice their feels. I'm looking at the Ebony Goddess. That's what I'm looking at.
Stop being thirsty.
I need water.
Shut up. Anyway.
Okay. All right then. Right.
Hello, Primogen.
The Primogen is oh no, sorry, Primogen. My bad. I thought Prince. My bad. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
Did we see Amelia walk back into the room? Evan.
Guess not.
Katya would actually approach Mistina when she comes in.
Yes, Primogen?
She would actually greet her with a kiss on each side of the face. Evening, Mistina.
Evening. Everything okay?
She would pull her aside.
Mm-hmm. Pull aside.
I don't know if you're aware,
Mm-hmm.
but there have been orders from, well, Lady Merlinda.
Oh, what did she say?
She wants Charlotte dead.
Oh.
I would not recommend attempting it while the boon for with Mithras is active.
And she puts a hand on her face. My shocked face.
I was going to say, the last thing that Stalheim said to you was, and I quote, "I must inform Vienna." End quote.
Just a
I've
quick
seen
question,
what.
just that picture. Is that a person entering?
She will be in a few moments.
Oh God! You do
I
know
have-
what that means, right?
Beg your pardon?
Yeah. Continue. I'll get back to it in a moment.
Yes, she was. She may, in fact, remember.
Fuck. Okay.
Continue.
I've seen what a minor boon with Prince Mithras can do. She is owed a major boon. I would approach any part of this topic with caution.
On a side note, it may actually know Mistina is currently in possession of a minor boon from Prince Mithras currently.
But yes, I figured you should be aware.
Consider me informed.
All right then. It is
Then Katya will go back to sipping on her wine.
It is at this moment in time that this individual will enter. All appearance 7 of her.
Well, then she still will be greeted by the keeper.
She pads up the stairs with a very easy, languid grace. She is in fact wearing a sword, a rapier on her hip that just kind of bounces against the hip as she approaches. I would like the Toreador to make an entrancement roll because she's pretty.
Could somebody roll only 4 dice, please?
I'm just gonna roll something first.
Rothschild's going to ask her to relinquish the weapon.
How many dice for you, Charlotte?
4. I don't. Can I?
You have
the trees
successes on that.
auspices. She looks at him and she says in a French accent, "Oh, darling, under the treaty's auspices and the given authority of my rank, you cannot disarm me even here."
Then it behoves you maybe to tell me who you are, because you are unfamiliar to me. That might be my mistake, but I've never seen you before.
She puts a hand on his face and kind of strokes it. As
He is not liking that at all.
She doesn't seem to care. She doesn't seem to care.
Is Charlotte seeing this?
Yes.
Oh, bitch better keep her hands to herself.
Allow me to give my proper introduction. My name is Alicent Lejano. I am a Red Alistair of Clan Toreador, here to pick up the case of Catherine Curtisoff and the Red Lister known as Aisha. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I assume you're Keeper Rothschild.
You assume correctly.
How delightful to make your acquaintance.
Can I have a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I, since you said that she was a what now?
A Red Alistair.
What is that?
You should make
Well,
her
I
own
need to go to the bathroom and get a drink, so I will let other people explain what a Red Alistair is.
Okay.
They are the ones charged with hunting down and killing people on the red list. So,
Okay.
Ishar.
Okay, I need to know if I can make a politics Camarilla check for that instead of a.
One last minor addition before I go to the bathroom. A Red Alistair is also unique, and since they are not just an Alistair, they are an Alistair who has killed someone on the red list and who have been given a clan boon or trophy boon.
Okay.
So if people want to roll me intelligence kindred lore about her, I will give you some information.
I don't need to.
Question: can I roll politics Camarilla instead, or do you want specifically kindred lore?
Well, it depends. What's the nature of your question?
I want to know if I've heard about her before. That's all.
That would be intelligence Camarilla lore.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 6, and this time it's only going to need 2 successes.
2, 3,
All right.
4, 5, 6 successes.
Nice.
All right. Call might drop. I don't think it will. I said my call might drop. Hold on.
Pinkerton would just whisper to himself, like, "Is everybody so freaking beautiful around here?" Like,
her eyes narrow in on Pinkerton, and she smiles. She licks her tongue across her teeth, and she says, "Well, what can I say? When I have such a big slapping man like you to impress, I give you anything you want."
Pinkerton
Well,
just be like, "Oh, Jesus." Jesus.
I was going to say Connor with his appearance free is going to completely derail that and go, finally, I thought someone, I was waiting to be noticed.
Evan, do you want vampire lore or do you want what?
Kindred lore.
Kindred lore.
Which is the same as vampire lore.
Kindred or vampire, whatever he happened to put down.
Okay, so it's vampire lore. So it'd be intelligence plus vampire lore. Can somebody roll 6 dice for me, please?
Kaji's roll is made of sad.
Oh, well, you got the previous roll where it mattered.
6 dice?
Yes, please. Also, what did I get on my self-control roll?
3
I think
successes.
you passed. Yeah, you passed.
Okay.
All right, so for those of you who passed, Alistair de Brulliard, my apologies, I mispronounced your name, is, unlike the previous one who was a Tremere and she is known as the Silver Flash. She earned her place on the red list for during the turn of the 19th century, when she basically there was an infamous. My apologies, my brain is currently kind of tired. There was an infamous Venturant tribute who took a place on the red list. She dueled him across the rooftops of St. Petersburg.
I heard
before eventually cutting his head clean off. She is famous for her martial skill. She's also famous for being incredibly flirtatious. So we're going to see where this one goes.
Oh, boy.
But she is deadly and effective. Like she has, Yes. Interestingly enough, if you guys want to know what her trophy boon was from Clan Ventru, it was that she'd be allowed to kill and diablerize. Yes, she went there. The Prince of Moscow.
Ooh, Jesus.
God
Damn.
damn.
And the trophy boon had to be honored.
Well,
Yeah, Emily's just gonna leave. She's just gonna be like, okay, I'll see you guys later.
You associate with Sabat Freitas, I see. Oh, are you trying to avoid me, mon ami? Please, why don't you tell everyone?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shing, the blade comes out. Come now, we were just about to start having fun. Come.
As she pulls the blade,
Emily.
you can see Rothschild's eyes grow bigger.
That was some time ago, and I
Yes,
got
when you tried to kill me.
Not gonna mention my clan right now.
probably a good idea.
look. Take it with the prince. I'm good. I'm better now, and well, I have it.
Oh, you're better. So what you're saying is you didn't try and kill me. You didn't kill the soldiers under my command. You didn't drink from the blood of all of those
I didn't
affectionate
have a choice.
Oh, darling Monami, you know how often I've heard the excuse, I was a soldier, I was following orders. Go fuck yourself, kid. You always have a choice.
And I'm here now.
Oh, so we should just forget about the things that you did. We should forget about the innocent men, women, etc. who you put down like dogs. That's what we should do. I understand.
Alex, I don't want to be that one, but if this gets any further, you may be out of a job.
Pinkerton is writing down this good tea. Like he just.
God damn.
Alexander actually steps in front of the red list murderer and simply says, I do assume that this Miss Stevenson is not currently on your list.
No, and don't worry, darling keeper. The blade is replaced in the scabbard with a shing. And she says, I won't kill her ear. You happy with that?
Charlotte just looks at Katya.
Katya is going to grab Emily's arm and start dragging her back over to the room where she was talking to Charlotte.
I tell you what, when you're done with your girlfriend, I'll be right outside. We can have round 2. How does that sound? She calls after them.
My.
Yeah, Emily's good.
Yeah.
When she says how that sounds, the keeper will simply whisper, "Outside the Elysium." That sounds good.
Oh, come now, darling, we will be fine. I'll just cut the head off a shovel head. It's not like I haven't done it 1,000 times before.
I am absolutely sure you have. You have an exquisite blade. I find it quite beautiful.
Oh, you think so? She draws the sword again and she flips it around before she hands it to Rothschild by the handle.
If she allows Rothschild, he will take it to observe it.
It's got, as you look at the blade, it's got a whole bunch of very interesting quasi-holy symbols, but they've been inlaid into the blade with an incredible amount of precision and an incredible amount of alacrity, and they appear to be done in solid silver. It's a stunning blade.
Would you say that it is mathematical perfection?
It is, in fact. Whoever made this was one of the greatest artisans of their time. It is perfectly weighted. You can literally hold it on your finger and flick it upwards. It is just perfectly done.
Then Rothschild will definitely I wouldn't say entranced, but he will enjoy looking at perfection that way.
At which point we will go into the room with Katya and Emily, as I sense some shit talking or some shit yelling is about to happen.
Probably. What the fuck was that?
Remember how I told you, well, apparently I didn't have too much of a choice getting embraced.
Yes, but you didn't say it was Sabat.
How the hell am I supposed to say that? Oh, by the way, the arch enemy. I was embraced by them.
Oh,
so no big deal.
you think that... Let's put it this way. You know my darkest secrets. You know things about me that could destroy me. Do you think I would have opened up like that if I knew that you were also keeping secrets?
I have one question. I want to turn on heightened senses hearing, and I want to eavesdrop on their conversation.
Yeah, in order to do that, you'd have to stand feasibly close to the door, but you can definitely do that with heightened senses.
Is there a couch that's close to the door?
I'm gonna roll a luck die. Let's see if there is. Higher or low?
Low.
Okay, let's see. No, there is no couch.
Okay, I'll just stand then.
Okay, make me a perception alertness roll, please.
Alertness, perception 3, alertness 2, that's 5. What is heightened senses add to...
It doesn't. Heightened senses is what's allowing you to make the roll.
Okay, I also have acute hearing, acute senses hearing, so I believe that lowers the difficulty by 2. So that's 5
1, 2. Yeah, you'll be able to hear the conversation. You have the 3 successes. I rolled it for you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So I was.
Sorry, continue, guys, with your conversation.
Yeah, thank you. So I came here for a tournament. My manager, one of my only friends, was ripped apart, essentially. I was beaten over the head, scared for my life, put into a hole in the ground, woken up, and then I was out of my mind, scared for my life for 2 or 3 months, where I was to essentially go here or we kill you. What the hell was I supposed to do?
You know you could have told me.
I didn't.
You know things.
I didn't want to put you in danger. Okay. Because if you knew that, you would have to keep that secret. And
I think after all these years, I'm pretty damn good at keeping secrets. But
I probably should have told you. I'm sorry.
I took out a major boon for you.
I know. Why do you think I constantly insist on helping you?
I know, and it's sweet, but still.
Yeah, but
She just kind of pinched the bridge of her nose.
yeah, I'm gonna go hide somewhere before that person finds me.
I would wait till I assume she's here to see Prince Hennessy. I would wait until she's in that meeting before you leave.
Yeah, pretty much.
When you leave, go out to my car. Tell Castiel where to take you. He will take you wherever you need to go. Do you understand me?
Right.
That doesn't sound like an answer.
I understand.
Good.
Thanks.
I do this because I care about you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken out that boon.
I'm gonna repay you someday.
She would lean up and kiss her on the cheek.
All right, great. Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was essentially just beaten over the head and had to crawl myself out of the ground along with 30 or 40 others. All of them died within like a week of getting embraced. I was the only one to survive, and I survived one thing after the other, and now I'm here. That's pretty much it. When the Sabbat fled, I stayed and was glad to be rid of those suckers. I never partook in the Voldery, and I never did any of that shit.
You don't need to explain that to me.
I did kill a lot, but
Be glad you didn't do all the other things.
I don't think you're in the room. Just
No, Katya literally just dragged Emily off by the arm.
Yeah, you're not. She just says, "Look."
And she would have slammed the door behind her.
Okay. Well, in that case, he does see Todd going towards the room, does he?
Yeah.
He'll look and stare at Charlotte. I'm pretty sure they went there to be alone.
Look.
Anyway, as amusing as I'm sure it would be to separate that shovel-head's, head from her shoulders, I have business to do, a red lister to kill. Life is so tedious sometimes. She looks over the company. Hey, Messina. She gives you an interesting look like, I like what I see.
She gives you a wink back.
She walks over and she flicks a hotel. Basically, it's the Winds Hotel. It's one of the highest class hotels in Dublin. She scribbles a room number on the back of it and just puts it into your pocket. She's like, there we go.
She smiles, appreciating the attention.
I would like. I want to see if Pinkerton's reaction when the lady does that.
Pinkerton, his eyes is just like, what wrong? Like, just like, this is this is too much for a first night. Like,
Charlotte will actually, she'll look at him and she'll be like, "Go on." Looks like just kind of like with her eyes and motions her head towards. Go on. Go ahead. You should.
A good detective always makes sure he observes the canvas first before making any certain moves.
Smart man.
I am horrified.
That's okay. That's okay.
Does Connor need an adult?
That's okay, Connor. It'll all be over soon.
I think Connor needs an adult. His normal adult is yelling at someone right now.
Anyway, darlings, it has been a pleasure. Monsieur Rothschild, you shall simply have to join me for a drink before I get down to the business of brutally murdering this redless scum.
By all means. Sounds interesting enough. However, I do have to attend this place, so we'll be very, very late. Or very, very early. Before I have any room in my schedule, you see.
Darling, I can make room in your schedule, and that's how this works. At which point, once again, the tongue flicks over the teeth.
When when she does that, Charlotte really, really doesn't look happy with what she's doing.
Sweetheart,
right
if you want to
now.
fuck the keeper, then you should just fuck the keeper and get it out of the way. Please, darling, honestly.
She blushes.
Jesus. G. Pinkerton was like right off that. Like, this is so kid.
All the tea is being spilled tonight.
Connor is just gonna give Pinkerton a look, which basically just says "Welcome to Dublin." This is what it's like most nights.
At this moment, everyone can observe something that rarely happens. There is no photo coming from the keeper. He's dumbstruck. He doesn't say anything.
If it helps, I've had a few Rothschilds in my life, and they are better bankers than they are lovers, but they try.
Right. I wouldn't want to add myself to a tedious list.
Oh, darling, you wouldn't be tedious. You would be expected.
Right. And I hate
Charlotte looks visibly jealous right now.
Oh, sweetheart, please. Oh, no, she will always say darling, because I love saying it. Oh, darling, please. She walks up and she kisses Charlotte on the cheek. Please, if you want something in life, you have 2 hands. You take it. If you want a man, you take him by the manhood. Life is too short not to, even eternal life. Eh? And with that, she will just walk away.
Oh, she probably speaks French. Charlotte's gonna keep her mouth shut.
Yeah, she will speak French.
Ciao, darlings. As she just walks away.
Meanwhile,
This is going in the spank bank for later to draw. Anyway, so.
yeah. Meanwhile, Emily's just say, okay, so she's gonna kill me. That's perfect. And by that she's actually gonna doom the world even more than it already is, which is just perfect. So what the fuck do I do?
Like I said, you're going to go out to my car, tell Castiel where to drive you, and go there. If that requires going to my yacht in the port, do it.
I don't know yet, but I might be out of contact for a while, depending on what happens. But yeah, thanks.
On a side note, I've come to a realization Anthony's characters have an odd habit of making friends with Red Alice stories. Continue. No context.
Emily's gonna look outside.
She is gone.
But Charlotte is standing right there, right?
She's kind of not anymore. She's come back over to the group basically because there was a whole conversation that happened.
All right. Emily just looks at everyone, nods once, and proceeds to leave the Elysium.
To be honest with you, I think at this point we can end the scene because Evan's actually getting mildly tired. So thank you, players, for playing. Thank you for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.